minutes forward, then you may have experienced something called time blindness. Time blindness in ADHD refers to difficulties accurately perceiving and managing time. People with ADHD often struggle to estimate how long tasks will take, lose track of time easily, and struggle to plan ahead. This can lead to chronic lateness, missed deadlines, poor time management, procrastination, and low productivity. But what does the research say about evidence-based time management techniques for people with ADHD? Number one, time tracking. This is using apps or journals to log how much time a task actually takes. For example, I used to never actually know how long it would take me to edit a video because I would get so deep into a hyperfocus. I wouldn't really pay much attention to when I started or when I finished, which made it so much more difficult when I had a video that I had to upload by 6 p.m. because I didn't know how much time to allocate to get it done. And even worse, often I would think that I would still be able to get it up if I started at 5 p.m. Now, in my experience, time tracking can interrupt hyperfocus, which is why I love to use intuitive digital trackers like Toggle Track that actually syncs with your Google Calendar. Or if I'm using Forest, I tend to add a little tag to the timer, which basically indicates what area of my life it is for. When I was in medical school, whether it was for studying or YouTube stuff or life admin. Number two, using timers and alarms can be really helpful for some people in helping them stay on track and transitioning to new tasks. Personally, this isn't my favorite because I like to get into a hyper-focused state, and if an alarm goes off in the middle of my hyper-focus, that might break it. However, I do always do this if I have to be somewhere and I can't be late. So I'll do a timer 5 minutes before I have to leave, 10 minutes before I have to leave, 15 minutes before I have to leave, and probably also half an hour before I have to leave to make sure that I do not lose track of time. It could also be useful if you have the classic dilemma of having an appointment at 2 p.m. and being so scared to do anything before that time because you're worried you'll get distracted and miss the appointment. Because if you've got some timers and alarms going, it might give you that security to allow you to get into a productive state before having something to do later on in the day. Number three, time blocking. This is literally just scheduling in slots of time for different activities to provide structure. Now, the key with this is you need to know how long each task will take, which is where digital aids like Toggle Tracker can come in. And when you have a rough idea of how long a task takes, you can then pop it in an X-Tiles page so you have a clear place to look to see how long each of your most commonly performed tasks take. Number four, the Pomodoro method. Personally, I never loved this because I felt like it interrupted hyperfocus. However, so many people find it really useful, so I thought it was worth a mention. But it's basically working in focused 25-minute blocks and then having a short break in between. 5, having visual schedules and calendars. I use a life domain method that I detail in my How I Make Time for Everything strategies for time management video that I will link down below. 6, making sure that you're using prioritization methods to ensure that you're staying focused